Hello everyone, this is the demo video for Trinity, the application that we built as a solution to one of the problem statements during the Hackathon 2024 by GeekyAnts. I'm representing team Trinity. We were 3 people in the group, me, Yuvraj Kumar, Dheeraj and Surjeet Kumar. We all contributed towards finding a solution to the problem statement that we were provided with, and we built a AI chatbot which serves as a one-stop solution for REST APIs generation, whether it's GraphQL or anything. Also, it can provide you multiple queries, multiple answers, and this whole app is powered by OpenAI APIs. We support multiple features in the application. I'll have a walkthrough of the whole application. And this is pretty much it, the briefing of what we did. And so, I'll be sharing my screen now. We'll show the demo for the app. So this is the interface for the application. And this pretty much shows what our application is all about. You see the history of chat. So I'm currently logged in with the user. You have this panel switching options wherein you can see the history of the conversations that the user has done, followed by the interface where it can the queries can be given to the bot and you can get the solutions. We have some quick ideas which user can take a relevance or idea from. Then there is a button for attaching media files. We'll come to this. Across that, we do have the voice send button as well. So whatever you want to give the query in the form of a voice or something as well, we can do so. And the basic one is by typing queries off as well, we can get our answers. Apart from that, we do have a theme for our application as well, the dark and the light theme, which you can see toggling here would work throughout the application. And we do have a profile information page as well, which has a bunch of information starting from the full name of the user, which if not added, because at the time of creation, it can be allowed with just an email address and password. So we have done the authentication in that way. There are 2 tallies of data that we're showing to the user, the quick look ones. So 2 conversations here symbolize how many chat it had, followed by the queries count. Queries count are basically the question answer numbers. So in a query, it can be like a question and answer binds up to be one query. So if we'll go, so let's jump to the queries that we have done the conversations initially. So if you see, we have the history management here as well. So a query is a questionnaire being asked and then the answer. So this combines to be one query, similar to the other ones. So you can see there are a bunch of like 3 or 4 queries here and then 2 or 3 queries here. So that is also coming from backend. Something is there. We do have a logout button here as well. So here's where our app starts from. So until unless you're not logged in, the user is prompted to this homepage wherein it says what does our app do? A basic tagline. When we hit get started, it prompts us to log in because without that we can't do much. There is a sign up page as well wherein you need to come and you need to kind of sign up to the application. The authentication is done using JWT and it is maintained using the PostgreSQL that we're using at backend. We do have the APIs written at Swagger for the relevance, and all of that is maintained. You can test our APIs here, all those get, post, patch, whatever APIs we have used throughout the application. So I will quickly jump to sign in with the ID that I was just working on with. So, and the authentication is there as well. For example, do the wrong password, that won't allow us to sign in. So doing with the right sign-in credentials, we get landed to the homepage like this. So starting off, so the basic queries are something that we need to hit. So for example, who is whom? Amitabh Bachchan, something. With this we can hit. And then we kind of, there's the shimmer effect as well while the response is loading, and we get the response in the real time. So for example, also the main agenda of the API was to build REST API. So for example, even the coding examples, write me C++ program for printing prime numbers under 50. So if we hit this as well, it gives that shimmer effect. And again, this can be seen, the shimmer effect can be seen. And if we see, the responses are coming in the stream form. So it's not like the UI or the UX has been hold for the moment till the OpenAI APIs respond. And we see that when the response is done, there's the basic formatting. If you see, the code blocks come into picture whenever there is a code in the response. So there are multiple level entries. So I would like to emphasize on the response type that we're accepting here. So for example, give me write a program for finding even under 50. If we type in and we hit, if we would see that the responsiveness is also maintained. So if you'd see, we fetch the response in chunks. So if you'd see, there are chunks of data which is loading, and that we show on the UI. So it's not like it's been hold. So the data way of fetching is the stream is what we're using. So we'd see the stream URL that we're having. And event stream is what we get the tokens and all those things, and we combine it on the UI to have a flow that the user does not need to load up, hold up to the time wherein he gets the whole response. Essentially, what we want to achieve here is a better UX, and how ChatGPT works, similar to what we can achieve, is what we aimed for. So this was it. Talking about the other features, so the mic also works. So for example, give me top 10 Bollywood movies. It does work as well, and we can hit send, and it does get sent. Shimmer gets into play, and again, we do get response. Hopefully, it should be responded. So yeah, here you go. So all of these gets into picture. We are not done with the formatting of the responses yet to the fullest. As you can see, there are a few pointers like blocking them up or the bold, making them bold or something like that. These things are left, but pretty much it is what we could achieve in one day. Yeah. So apart from that, as I mentioned, we can hover onto a new chat, and you would see the moment we hover onto a new chat, the conversation is maintained in real time, and the tagline. So whatever we had asked in there is kind of symbolizing the history management over there. That's maintained. So again, for example, if you want to build a quick something like a quickie of an API is what our motive was. So this will give you the whole ideology, the low level design, the model, the all those things required to build a API mechanism essentially. So possibly if this starts giving me response, we can showcase that as well. So yeah, here you go. So it gives all those information that we essentially need to build a successful API, or we want to structure how the API is going to be for our application. Starting from the authentication, it gives us some routes, and well, you can see there is this basic formatting, but not up to the mark. There's this grayish background. If you could see, we can do better on these. Similar for the products, the categories, what can be the routes, what can be the essential models, or what can be the models. All those things, what will be the attributes, the schema, the design, everything, whatever we had, it does give us the suggestions as well, what can we do, what can we not. And also you can add up the follow-ups for this. It depends on whatever query you want. Also, we do have feature to drag and drop items, as well as uploading images and extracting out information out of that. So we'll quickly jump to that as well. So for example, if we give it some resume, so this is a basic attendance sheet that we have had a screenshot of. So if we give it, the sending buttons get disabled in the real time, and it hopefully it passes the images, and it does give the solution about what the image contains and all those things. So parsing is also, so if it see we uploaded the picture, it says whatever time we have uploaded that, the date and all those things. This essentially shares the image file that we have shared, puts its name essentially in the directory. So this is a screenshot of what date, what time, and it shows whatever we have here is the attendance details, essentially whatever there was in the screenshot or the picture that we had. So that thing is also there. Also, the drag and drop feature is there as well. So for example, if we put in this, just a moment. So for example, we had the downloads here, and sending the same screenshot, we can drag and drop files as well. So this is a screenshot, and we can drag and drop files as well. So yeah, so the drag and drop is available as well. All those basic features. So we wanted to make it as a combined feature packed application as all of the LLMs and the models that the chat models that we have at the present time, to combine all the features and provide a subtle tool which can handle all these cases like drag and dropping files. Also, the images and the documents that we attach here can be PDFs. It can be docs. So if you see the similar sort of attendance record, it gives out of that. We do have support for PDFs, docs, the spreadsheets as well. I mean, a lot of all the document types that we see. Yeah, so this is pretty much it. What else do we have? I did brief about the accounts as well. And yes, so you can see the conversations have gone to 4, and so does the query count. So yeah, this is pretty much it, the application. I would quickly jump into the Swagger for the APIs that we have built. As mentioned, PostgreSQL is in the backend. These are the APIs that we have written for getting a new user onboarded to the platform, reading those users, most of them deleting one out, user to year, something like that. This is the basic chat one that we had, which would provide the non-stream based responses. This is the one with the chat stream, updating a query. So again, we might be working on editing a text message as well. So you can see the history has been maintained. So if we go here and we see these things, so whenever you'll see whatever queries we have done in that exact format. So these are essentially the conversations that we had, and then the responses. So these things are maintained, and you would see the chat, how ChatGPT treats. It's a separate conversation altogether, and is what we how we achieve the history management as well in the queries and all those things. Again, what else we had? Yeah, so I was talking about the routes. So these are the conversations. For the conversations, we have the get conversations. Again, adding one to the conversation, getting one particular conversation, or deleting one, and adding a query. So essentially, these were the basic tasks that we built. Our project was pretty much it, I would say. Going as a wrapper and conclusion to what we have built, we have tried to achieve and build a full end-to-end model, including the authentication, a subtle backend, handling images and all the stock files in a better way, parsing them properly, having string-based responses, and building a subtle system to hold all sort of responses that a user can look to, and using the OpenAI APIs again. Yeah, so this is pretty much it. This was the demo for the application Trinity, built using OpenAI APIs. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys.